All right, it's here, one of the most exciting debuts of 2022, the new Honda Civic Type R. Let's talk about it. So yeah, let's meet the 2023 Honda Civic Type R, the most powerful Type R yet, and of course, it had to be. Now I'm recording this before heading out to the actual reveal later this night in Los Angeles, and I wanted to make sure that I cover everything I can. Doing it live, sometimes you forget some things, so I want to dig through the embargoed press release that I have ahead of time and give you all the info. So if you hear any echoing or background noise, that's because I'm recording in my hotel room before the event, but yeah, let's get into it. First up, let's talk about what's under the hood. The new Civic Type R is powered by an even more powerful and responsive version of the turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder. Honda hasn't released official specs yet, so we don't have official horsepower or torque figures. You still have a 6-speed manual transmission, which Honda says has been updated. You still have rev matching, so you can downshift easier and feel like a pro. By the way, where are all these people that hate rev matching? Am I the only one that likes it? I feel like there's a lot of people out there trying to be a pro, and they just sit there like, mother, I must heel toe. Now, I honestly thought that Honda would add a DCT to the Civic Type R, but it doesn't seem like they will. Maybe we will see that later down the line, but nothing official yet. Personally, I think it would have been a great addition to the Type R for those that don't know how to drive a manual. Not to mention, it would also put some fear into the Elantra N, which has an 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. And I recently reviewed the Honda Elantra N with the 6-speed manual, and man, let me tell you, that thing is really, really impressive. And with the DCT, I hear it's even more impressive. I drove the Kona N with the DCT, and that was completely insane. Now, if you have a minute, make sure you check out those two reviews. Those cars are really awesome. The Elantra N with the 6-speed manual will do 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. With the DCT, it will do it in under 5 seconds, around 4.8. That said, let's talk a little bit more about the engine. Now, of course, we don't have official horsepower or torque figures yet, but the updated and more powerful version of the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo is rumored to make around 320 to 340 horsepower. Now, I think it will probably make around 310 to 320, 340, I feel like is a bit too much. Now, I'm sure you remember that the outgoing Type R makes 306 horsepower, so we'll see what this new one does. But yeah, during its final testing, the new Civic Type R lapped the Suzuka 3.6 mile figure 8 track in 2 minutes and 23.120 seconds, which is a new record for a front-wheel drive car. So yeah, this new Civic Type R should be pretty quick, but I don't expect it to be a sub 4-second car. The outgoing Type R did 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, so I would hope this new one will do it in 4.5 seconds or less. Now, of course, there's a lot of other things that you would expect from an updated sports car. It's lighter than the outgoing model, it has a more rigid body, it's got a stiffer suspension, and a sharper steering response. Now let's talk about the looks. Honda says that they wanted to make the best looking Civic Type R yet, and I think they definitely did. Now, I know some of you out there are not really a big fan of the new Civic Hatchback design, but I personally really like it. I think the new Civic is an outstanding update, and the design just makes it feel more premium and more grown up. And I think the same goes for the Civic Type R. It looks like it's matured and looks less childish. Although, you still have a giant rear spoiler with die-cast aluminum stay, because downforce, baby. But seriously, Honda says this minimizes aero drag and generates downforce. But yeah, other than looking more grown up while still hanging on to its youth, the new Civic is longer, wider, and lower. To make it look more aggressive than the Civic Hatchback, you have a really tough front end with the new front bumper. You have a pretty mean looking honeycomb mesh grille with a red Honda badge and a red Type R badge. You still have a functional hood scoop to help cool that 4-banger. Now from the side, you have functional side sills, and get this, the rear doors of the Type R are actually wider than the Civic Hatchback to give it a more aggressive stance. Now Honda hasn't said anything official about the size of the wheels or the tires that you're working with, but if you just look at this picture and the shots that I took tonight, you'll see that you have 19-inch black wheels that are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, which, not to mention, you also have on the Honda Elantra N. And having tires like the Michelin Pilot 4S tires isn't something that's pretty common in this segment. And right behind those wheels, you have some beefy Brembo brakes, which the official size of the rotors and disc we'll learn a little bit later. Now swing over to the back and you have a reshaped rear bumper. And of course, you still have the 3 exhaust tips that you had on the previous Type R. And we'll have to wait to hear how they sound, but they better sound better than the Elantra N because that thing sounded really mean. Take a listen to this. Now, when it comes to the colors, you don't have any new exclusive colors. You can get it in Historic Championship White, you can get it in Rally Red, Racing Blue Pearl, Crystal Black Pearl, and the Sonic Gray Pearl, which is my personal favorite. I really like that color quite a bit. Now let's take a look at the inside, because guess what? The Civic Type R has a few things that were missing from the Civic Si. First up, inside you'll see all the Civic Type R touches that we're used to, including really bright red seats, bright red carpets, and red trim and red stitching all around the cabin. You'll also get a serialized Type R plate, which is now placed on the dash. Now, as we all know by now, the United States got pretty left out when it came to some of the tech and convenience features in the new Civic Si. The US-based Civic Si didn't get things like heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, which you can get in Canada. You didn't get dual zone climate control, a wireless charger, a digital gauge cluster display, and a few other things. Reason being, all those things were reserved for the new Acura Integra. Now, interestingly enough, like I said, Canada gets all of those things in their Civic Si, but if you live in the United States, you're out of luck. That said, let's see what the Civic Type R has that the Civic Si doesn't. You still don't have heated front seats, which, okay, I didn't expect when it comes to seats like these. You don't have a heated steering wheel. Okay, I guess I can live without that too. Which makes me wonder, are these extra convenient features being saved for the Integra Type R or Type S? We'll have to wait and see. Nonetheless, the Civic Type R does get a digital gauge cluster display with a new Plus R driving view mode, which will give you all the necessary info you need when you're on the track, like engine RPMs, a rev indicator, which gear position you're in, a stopwatch to record your lap time, and a G-meter graph. And if you look closely, right above the gauge cluster, you have some shift lights. You also get what I'm guessing is a larger 9-inch touchscreen display in the middle for your infotainment system that will give you wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. You've also got a wireless charger, which the Civic Si didn't have. You also have dual zone climate control, which the Si also didn't have. Oh, and by the way, as I was digging through all the images and videos that came along with this press release, I noticed that the Civic Type R will now also get an individual mode where you can go in and customize the settings to your liking, which is a first for the Civic Type R. The previous Type R only had 3 modes, including Comfort, Sport, and Plus R. And check this out, you'll also have an updated Honda Log R app that will provide real-time information on the vehicle's behavior based on your driving input. Other than that, you'll get all the driver assist tech as standard like other Honda models do as a part of Honda's sensing, including adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist with lane tracing, blind spot monitoring, and all the other assist you need while you're driving. Now, of course, I'm really excited to drive the new Civic Type R. Again, I recently tested the Elantra N, and that thing blew me away, and I think that will be the Civic Type R's toughest competition. In my review of the Elantra N, I said that it's currently my favorite affordable sports car, but only before I get to test drive the Civic Type R. That said, we don't have any official pricing details yet. The outgoing Type R was priced right under $38,000, and I'm guessing this one should be pushing closer to $40,000, which is quite a bit more than the Elantra N that starts at $32,000, or around $32,000. Not to mention the Elantra N gets all the bells and whistles, including heated front seats, and you can get that with a DCT automatic as well. But yeah, that's all the info we have right now on the new Civic Type R. More information will be provided later this fall. The Civic is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, and the Civic Type R is actually celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. Your boy did a campaign with Honda about the 50th anniversary of the Civic, so check that out on their Instagram and show it some love. Either way, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace. And sorry if there was a lot of echoing and background noise, but I just wanted to make sure I give you guys all the info. Oh, and a lot of people have been asking me if there's going to be a new Civic Hybrid. Yes, there will be a new Civic Hybrid. It'll come out probably next year, so stay tuned for that. And there will also be the all-electric Prologue SUV, which is going to be pretty awesome. But yeah, let me know if you're excited about the Civic Type R and how you think it will stack up to the Honda Elantra N specifically, and if you would buy one. Let me know in the comments below.